He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of men. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. Those who cannot understand how to put their thoughts on ice should not enter into the heat of debate. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. In every real man, a child is hidden that wants to play. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. Whenever I climb, I am followed by a dog called ego. To forget one's purpose is the commonest form of stupidity. The most common lie is that which one lies to himself. Lying to others is relatively an exception. You have your way. I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. Fear is the mother of morality. On the mountains of truth, you can never climb in vain. Either you will reach a point higher up today, or you will be training your powers so that you will be able to climb higher tomorrow. The future influences the present just as much as the past. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. The demand to be loved is the greatest of all arrogant presumptions. Glance into the world, just as though time were gone, and everything crooked will become straight to you. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. Love is blind, friendship closes its eyes. Wit is the epitaph of an emotion. When one has not had a good father, one must create one. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. Character is determined more by the lack of certain experiences than by those one has had. We often refuse to accept an idea merely because the tone of voice in which it has been expressed is unsympathetic to us. All credibility, all good conscience, all evidence of truth come only from the senses. One ought to hold on to one's heart, for if one lets it go, one soon loses control of the head too. There is an innocence in admiration. It is found in those to whom it has never yet occurred that they too might be admired someday. One often contradicts an opinion when what is uncongenial is really the tone in which it was conveyed. Do whatever you will, but first be such as are able to will. He that humbleth himself wishes to be exalted. The great epochs of our life are the occasions when we gain the courage to rebaptize our evil qualities as our best qualities. Rejoicing in our joy, not suffering over our suffering, makes someone a friend. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. All truly great thoughts are conceived by walking. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. What do you regard as most humane? To spare someone shame. What is great in men is that he is a bridge and not a goal. One may sometimes tell a lie, but the grimace that accompanies it tells the truth. At times one remains faithful to a cause only because its opponents do not cease to be insipid. Many a man fails as an original thinker simply because his memory is too good. When one has finished building one's house, one suddenly realizes that in the process, one has learned something that one really needed to know in the worst way before one began. Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself. He who cannot give anything away cannot feel anything either. Whoever has provoked men to rage against him has always gained a party in his favor too. People who have given us their complete confidence believe that they have a right to ours. The inference is false. A gift confers no rights. What really raises one's indignation against suffering is not suffering intrinsically, but the senselessness of suffering. Some are made modest by great praise, others insolent. A friend should be a master at guessing and keeping still. You must not want to see everything. Extreme positions are not succeeded by moderate ones, but by contrary extreme positions. Sing me a new song, the world is transfigured, all the heavens are rejoicing. Thanks for watching. Which quote did you enjoy the most? Please share your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.